Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. As you see by the title, I am going to be reading books that my dad has recommended. These are both they're both nonfiction, which I typically don't read nonfiction just because I like fiction better. I don't know. But the first one I'm going to be reading is actually his own book. This is the second book he's written. It's called Career Lessons from Mentors and Tormentors. It's a bunch of short stories about some people he's met throughout his career. So that's pretty cool to be able to go back and read about like experiences my dad has gone through. So definitely I'm starting with this one. It's not too long. Actually, it's not long at all. It's 123 pages. So honestly, I should be able to get through it. If not today, then I finish it tomorrow. But I'm excited about this one. The second one I'm not so excited about. It is called You Are a Mogul: How to Do the Impossible, Do It Yourself, and Do It Now by Tiffany Pham. This is just like one of those self-help books that I typically don't reach for, but I'm gonna do it for him. He raved about this book. He even wrote me a nice little letter here. So this one also isn't too long. Let's see. It is 206 pages, so not too bad at all. But I will do this one after the first one. So I do want to try and like annotate them just because they are nonfiction, so I'm sure that they have advice or certain tips that I'd like to carry with me, but I will start with this one. And then he even wrote a little special thanks in the book. And then he also wrote just a little note for me. So I'm going to get started with this one and I will check back in. Hi everyone. It's the next day and I read up to page 31, which is chapter 8. And it's pretty easy to get through. I mean, the short stories make it really nice because you can kind of start with the story and then move on to the next one. So that's what I really like, and it's also fun reading about my dad's past and stuff that I wasn't a part of, so it's like a whole different side. But I'm gonna read probably for the next hour and a half maybe, see how far I can get on, but so far so good. Hi everyone, it's the next day and I ended up finishing my dad's book yesterday and I really liked it. So I tabbed a few things, I highlighted a few things, and I'm going to give this book a 5-star. Not being biased or anything, but I think everyone should read this book. I really liked being able to read about like my dad's past experiences and just, I don't know, I just thought it was cool. So I'm going to put the link for this book and his first book in the description. So if you can, read this book. I think you'll enjoy it. And yeah, I thought this book was really good. For this book, I am literally on the first page. All I read was the introduction and I'm dreading reading this book. The date, because my dad wrote me a note in this one as well, is from June of 2019 and I still haven't read it. And after reading the introduction, I know I'm going to have a hard time reading this. I just like I don't know, like it just doesn't interest me at all. Like I don't know. But I'm gonna read it because I promised my dad I would read it. And here we are, 4 years later. But yeah, so I only got through the introduction. I'm on page 1. There is 205 pages to this book. So hopefully I can read it like at least 100 pages today, maybe 150. That way I only have 50 to read tomorrow and I can be done with this book. But I'm going to read this book. I'm not going to DNF it. I'm going to read it. That's something I need to say for myself. But anyways, I'm going to read this book and I will come back with an update. Okay, I made it to page 63, which is chapter 4 in You Are a Mogul. And it is slow. I'm not like gonna sugarcoat it, whatever. It's slow. Like, she's just talking about her time in Yale and Harvard and how she worked at CBS and she asked for promotion. It's like, people do that all the time. That's so mean. But it's true. Like, it's good. Like, it's entertaining. Like, the story she has from, like, you know, her schooling time. She has like really great tips. One of them says, "We live in a time when there is no longer one path to success, but that means that you should always be checking in with what feels right, true and authentic for you. What do you want? What do you love? Where does your passion truly lie?" That's always a great reminder. So she has like really great sentiments that I have like, you know, marked and stuff. But it's like, it's hard to kind of connect with it when she's only talking about like her business ventures and I'm like a graduate of communications and media and I worked at a bakery for 4 years. Like, it's, I don't know, I'm having a hard time connecting to it and I think that's why it's dragging on a little bit. But I'm almost halfway done, so hopefully I can get to at least page 100, 120 today. That way I don't have that much to read the next time I read. But it's good, but I'm just not connecting with it, unfortunately. Hi everyone. As you saw, it is now Monday. And I've been reading for a little bit. I am on technically page 121, which is chapter 7. And the book's getting better. She has a lot more stories that I can connect to now and that I'm starting to like get inspired by and just really enjoy, so that's really good. And also she just quoted Lady Gaga and I love Lady Gaga, so that made it better as well. But I have around 80 pages left, so I'm just gonna buckle down and get through these pages. Maybe I'll give you an update in the middle, but it is getting better. I am enjoying it more. It's going a lot faster, so I will see you guys in a little bit. Hi everyone. As you can tell from that very dramatic last clip, I finished You Are a Mogul. Finally, I only took 2 days to read it, but it was hard to get through. Honestly, it was really slow, but she does have some really great pointers and advice that you can keep when you are going along your journey of becoming a mogul. There are some, actually there was one thing I really liked about this book was her explaining like how she runs her own company and I thought that was really admirable because she has all of these nice perks that she gives her employees. Like, one of them that I really liked, I tabbed it because I liked it so much, was each June we also celebrate our anniversary, which in recent years has included unlimited shopping sprees at Barnes & Noble to encourage reading, continued reading and learning. Like, how cool is that? I would love to join that company just to get that perk. But anyways, overall, this book was informative but slow. So I will take some of the sentiments that I have learned throughout this book with me as I continue my journey in trying to get into the career field. But yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of the advice she did give was like, you hear that absolutely everywhere. But overall, this book was good. I enjoyed it to a certain extent. But this one, I already gave like my overall thoughts on this book, but I just wanted to say I'm gonna link this one and my dad's first book in the description. That way you can enjoy both of them as much as I did, and then the first one you can read about my family and this one's about his career. But this one I definitely connected to a little bit more just because it is about my dad, and this one isn't so much of every little step he did to move forward into his career like she did, whereas this one is just fun stories along the way and then what he learned from them. So it's not so much like you have to do this in order to get through this. This is, I did this and these were the people I met along the way who have taught me something valuable that I can apply to my career. So maybe just because my dad wrote this one that I liked this one better and I enjoyed it more, but I think it's a little bit more personal and not so much like preaching about what you should do, whereas these are just, hey, I learned this along the way and here's it spelled out for you to take into your own life. But yeah, so thank you for watching this week's video. I don't know how much more I'll get into nonfiction. I do enjoy books about fiction, so I can, you know, kind of go into a little different world, but this may have opened some doors for nonfiction reading. But I will see you guys for the next video.